Well, back here in the Bay Area, plenty of people spent their Sunday morning gathered at places of worship. But KPIX 5 reporter John Ramos found out amidst fear of the coronavirus, some of the usual traditions have now been put aside.
Here at Christ the King Church in Pleasant Hill, the masses went off on their regular schedule. But coronavirus helped remind people what the true meaning of communion really is. This is normally a very tight-knit congregation, but today's Mass was a hands-off affair. The holy water font was gone, replaced by containers of sanitizer. The Lord's Prayer was said without holding hands, and the sign of peace was given with a wave instead of a handshake.
We're so used to just being very demonstrative and hugging. This is very hard for me not to touch anybody.
Hosts were placed in the palm of the hand rather than on the tongue, and workers used hand sanitizer before and after administering communion. The church pastor, Father Paulson Mundanmani, called for the precautions, but he also knows the importance of the human touch.
Small things are very important. Even just holding hands together during Our Father, people feel they belong.
It makes you think, doesn't it? Yeah. I don't think sometimes, but I did this morning.
And that's the point, to get people to take the virus seriously. Father Paulson exited the church without greeting people. He says with the shortage of priests, if he were to get sick, there would be no one left to say Mass. In fact, as the outbreak widens, he even worries that this year's Easter service could be in doubt.
We are not there, but I am very skeptical. The other part of it is...
Skeptical that it'll happen at all?
It could happen, that there may be hardly any people for Masses at that time. It's possible.
Father Paulson is a man of God and believes people's faith can get them through this crisis. But just the same, he's also willing to rely on the old adage that the Lord helps those who help themselves. In addition to these small changes, there are large ones as well. The parish has announced that it has canceled its St. Patrick's Day fundraising dinner, an event that has gone on for decades. In Pleasant Hill, John Ramos, KPIX 5.
Father Paulson says there have been cases of disease outbreaks in the past, but this is the first time in his 30 years as a priest that he thinks churches may actually begin shutting down.